Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good
We
evening.
back. We gonna try this thing again.
Right, okay. Had to get off real quick.
uh,
911 emergency. Man down, man
I
down.
know
So everybody is safe. Everybody is safe.
it got real. My goodness. Well, I'm glad everything went on fine, and it didn't happen to y'all. But I know when that alarms be going off, girl, I take shelter, honey. I don't even play around.
Well, it's funny how and I was telling the boys that last night, like, I feel like there was a time where you kind of maybe I'm not used to hearing them a lot, but maybe ignore them in the sense because you like, oh, like it's not coming. But today it's like, yeah, because stuff is happening in places where it usually don't. So that's what I said. That was going on for a long time. Like, yeah, maybe we do need to go do something. And luckily we
Uh-huh.
did. It got scary, like I said. But we here to talk about these medicine wives in Funky Dineva's voice. Mary Medicine.
Yes, honey.
The
Married to medicine.
reunion part 1 and 2. Let's start off talking about the fashion. So let's see, we actually that's where we was at yesterday with Dr. Heavenly when I'm like, hold on.
Okay, so here we go. We pull up Dr.
Mhm.
Heavenly. There we go.
Dr. Heavenly. So we'll do like a little rating, like 1 to 10. For me, Dr. Heavenly is like a 5. She got her body done. She got her some lipo. She might have got like a little butt lift. Okay, her body is looking fine. But the outfit, the styling, I didn't like it. It was a fail for me. But 5 for effort. Mm-hmm.
Five for effort. I don't know, about a 6. I think definitely the hair should have been up,
For
and
sure.
so then that would have not you could have seen more, and then that choker wouldn't look so bad because like it was really choking her.
Mm-hmm.
It was choking the shit out of her. Let me quit. And so then we have Miss Toya next.
Now Toya is one of my favorites. Between Toya and Quad, those are my top two. And so I mean, I'm giving her a 10. It was with the theme. I felt, we had a Bridgerton theme. And maybe Bridgerton modern, like because of
Yeah.
course I think Bridgerton is like those older, puffier dresses and stuff. But
Yeah.
I like um I like the fantasy of this dress. Of course, purple is my favorite color. So probably anything dripped in purple, I'm gonna be like, I love it. But no, I do like this. I'm a princess at heart, and this is just giving me all the little girly feel. So I love it. 10.
Okay. Let me tell you, I didn't like the dress at first.
Oh Lord.
I didn't. I really
Mm-hmm.
didn't. And not until I seen her sit down in it, and seeing it actually, I couldn't get what everybody thought. I said, "Oh, look, all right." I mean, I really didn't like it. I didn't like all the little things on it.
Mm-hmm.
But Toya, yes, they had one of the better dresses, and I think her look was complete because I did not like Quad's hair.
Right, right.
So, and you can really tell it when she turned to the side, and the way that ponytail was. I was like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
girl, you got to get a wig ponytail, really?"
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I was like, but I think when I
It's not any better than the braided wigs. Like I'm sick of that too. Like
girl,
if you ain't got enough hair on your head to go get you some braids from your scalp, why are we doing these braided wigs? Like I cannot.
I don't know, girl.
I cannot.
But I seen these girls that do them like braids for them people with alopecia.
Hmm.
They're out of Texas. Them braids look nice.
I
Really
feel
look.
like those are the only people that should be walking around with a braided wig. You
Mm-hmm.
please have alopecia up under there because ain't no way. Ain't no way. I think that is ridiculous.
So I
And
thought,
yeah, and a braided pony. I mean, and a lace front ponytail, slick back ponytail at that is ridiculous as well.
yes. So Toya definitely her whole looked really good. You know, once I seen her on the couch today, I said, "Oh, that is cute." But at first I was like, I don't know. Maybe the train, the short and the long. I don't know what it was. What it was to me, I said I didn't get it, but it looks really cute on her. I will say
Mm-hmm.
that she looked really nice. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
go over here to Miss Letitia. Sweet
Listen,
tea.
I thought she was going to somebody's church banquet, honey. Listen, and we're gonna give Letitia a 5. You know, like a 5 for showing up. Okay. I'm not sure. Funky Dineva said she might have to borrow the dress because he heard
Yes.
from Clyde that Dr. G didn't give her any money to get her first year reunion dress or something.
Yeah,
To
she had to
that
borrow it
effect,
from the neighbors.
allegedly.
Yeah, she had to borrow it from the neighbor,
But
honey.
I mean, listen, it's not horrible. Like there are some horrible looks, and this is not one. It's not the best. We at a 5, you know. And like I say, A for effort. Sweet Tea is trying. This is her second season. Listen, I feel like most of the girls take a couple seasons to get it kind of right, and so okay.
All right. Okay, then we got Miss Quad, Miss Quad.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm not feeling the lace front ponytail. I do like the slick back. I just wish she would have used her own hair. I mean, yeah, she could have added hair for the ponytail. I just don't know why the slick back couldn't come from her scalp. But this dress, honey, is the bomb. I'm like, yes, girl. Okay.
Yes.
Give it to him. Miss Quad, she got it. She got it.
Yes, honey. Body
Ain't
banging.
losing it. Never lost it.
Yes.
Pick it up and have it again. Yes, Quad, she did that.
Yeah, that body is banging, honey. She wearing that dress. I think that's a beautiful dress, and I like how her and King how they look together. It's really, really nice. Okay, so then we got who we got next. Oh Lordy. Surround sound Simone.
Oh Lord Jesus. Take me to the king. Now this right here. And listen, we do not look to Simone to be fashionista anything, you know. So it's a 3. First of all, I'm rating this a 3 because baby, what had happened was they forgot to finish. Did they forget some lining or piping?
Girl.
Because I'm not really sure like what that is right there, that blob at the top. And look, it may have worked if it looks like an unfinished dress. It's given Project Runway.
Girl, it's given when I was in
time. I had 8 hours to do it all together, and I ran out of time.
It's given when I was in high school trying to take a sewing class and said, "Shit, I'm tired of doing this dress."
Oh, you should have saw my teddy bear. I did one in 8th grade. My poor teddy bear. He was special.
Girl, I made a Bermuda jumper and said, "Forget it." Girl, someone put a belt around it. We ain't gonna wear it.
He was special. That teddy bear was special. But yeah, I'm like, this is giving somebody didn't finish. What is it? Garden Gore Trail?
Yeah.
Gordon Gertrude.
Denise Huxtable made it.
I don't know. I said it before. She was doing somebody a favor. Because and so, like I said, we don't look to Simone to be fashionista. Her hair is nice. But the dress is the fail.
Yeah, it's a fail. And it actually looks better in the pictures because when we saw it on the couch, it was horrible.
I didn't see it looking better than anything.
To me, this right here, this still
anything that's showing that top shoulder, and that's the thing. Like I don't know what's going on with that top shoulder. Like, so any picture that's got that top shoulder in it, it's a fail because what is that? Is it like a toga or something? I don't know.
Girl, that's what it looked like. She going to one of those toga parties. What was
Yeah,
that movie called?
pale,
Animal.
shiny.
What was it? Animal. What, girl, I'm telling my age. It's something that came out when I was a kid. Why did she
Why
choose
did
that
she
dress?
choose that dress? I know,
Oh,
honey. That's what
girl.
I said did somebody a favor. She
Must
must have had
be.
a black up and coming designer who wanted her to wear his design, and so that's what she was doing. That's it got to be.
Girl
Got
gotta
to
be
be.
a mess. A mess.
And I think the lesson we learned from this also is maybe bring a backup dress.
Yes. Yes. Girl, maybe that
I
was
don't
the
know where
backup
she was
dress.
going with this. I don't
Maybe
know.
it was the
I don't know
backup dress. Maybe her other dress got ruined.
Ooh, that's ridiculous. Okay.
That's what we gonna say. Okay, so then we got Dr. Contessa later. I mean, afterwards, I thought the dress looked nice from the picture.
You know, the dress looked very nice, like you say, as she stand up. When she was
Girl,
sitting down, Contessa looked sick. Like,
yes,
oh my God, girl, like, please, like what I said to myself, dying to be famous. That
yes,
is kind of what I kept thinking about her every time they put the camera on her. But as far as the dress and as far as how she looks amazing. Her body looks good. The dress is nice. I love it. I'm
yes.
giving Contessa. I'm gonna give Contessa. She gets a 10 too. F it. 3 10s. I
I'm
was
not
gonna
good.
say a 9, but that would be me being a little bit of a hater because Contessa's not my favorite. If you make sure you subscribe to both of our channels, I will put my handle in the chat. But if you go back and listen to any of the other reviews for Married to Medicine, you'll know that Contessa is not my favorite person. So like I said, if I gave her a 9, it'd just because I just don't feel like giving her a 10, but it's a 10. She did good.
Yeah. I in the picture she looks perfect. On that
Which
couch
is
she did not.
surprising because Contessa can't dress either.
Yes, on the couch it just didn't fit her around her breast. And I'm gonna save the rest for when she's on that couch. But in
Okay.
the picture, I thought she looked amazing.
Yeah, she absolutely looks amazing here.
So who we got next? I think you got her in here twice.
I might did.
So we have Dr. Mimi.
I mean, Dr. Mimi did her thing for her first reunion. It's giving Little Mermaid.
It is.
With the colors, organza is kind of what I'm thinking too. Because it's on theme, I think she did okay. So I'm giving her an 8. I'm gonna do an 8.
Okay. 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the last one. You gonna put the other ones up or take that one down?
I think that's it, right? We ain't got no more, right?
We don't got Dr. Jackie.
Let me where's Dr. Jackie? Let me get that real quick.
Paige and Dr. Jackie.
Right, Paige and Dr. Jackie.
Girl, she is the medicine.
Okay, Miss Staple on the cast, never going anywhere.
Girl, no. She said, I don't want to get none on me.
Which, I don't understand as there she go. Let me see. Oh, it's telling me invalid file type. Give me 1 second. Let me convert it over. I don't understand, like, as let's say, what's the word? She's kind of proper, right?
Uppity?
Huh?
Uppity? A little bougie?
I think I like the word proper better.
Sophisticated?
Because I don't necessarily, I don't know, I think more proper. My issue with her when it comes to her friendship with Dr. Heavenly is it's funny how she thinks that she's not getting any on her by not saying anything, but yet doesn't understand that her proximity to Dr. Heavenly really is getting some on you. You know what I mean?
Oh, well.
Seemed like she would understand that. But I guess what they say is true. She be Dr. Heavenly do her dirty work.
Yeah.
All right, we almost there, y'all. Give me about 30 seconds. Well, maybe a little bit more than 30 seconds. About a minute.
So what did you think about Dr. Mimi this season?
I did like Dr. Mimi. I thought, she kind of did what I just was saying Bose did over on Beverly Hills. And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's like she has some really strong opinions about situations. And for her to be kind of just coming in, I thought that's strong. Like maybe you should not, have that strong. Or it kind of was telling of whose story she was listening to. But overall, I like her, and I don't think I would mind seeing her back again. I'm wondering if I would like to see her back over Contessa. I don't want to see Contessa back.
Girl, she coming.
And I guess I do. Maybe I do want to see her over Contessa. Just to see. Sometimes it takes about another season or so, to get a housewives like to get a feel for them. And I think I'm willing to give her that shot.
Well, she came in, really towards the end of the season, and I think she was holding out. Her husband wants to be on the show more than she did.
I think so. I can tell.
So she was really, holding out on that contract, and then decided to come in, a little bit more than midway through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I said we was expecting her at the beginning, I thought. But I guess she kind of delayed it herself. So, but I'd like Dr. Mimi's assessment of all the ladies.
Yeah, I thought she did a good job. Mm-hmm. I thought it was very articulate and to the point.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She was on target with all the ladies. Mm-hmm. Okay, Phaedra, Dr. Jackie.
There we go. So Dr. Jackie, I actually like it. I like it better than Sweet Teas. Even though it kind of is these matronly type of styles, I like the cut out in the front, give it a little a little sexiness, but still age appropriate. I had told myself when I first saw this, I said I probably didn't like the tail or the jacket or whatever that is on her arm, shawl, whatever that is supposed to be. Because I don't think it comes all the way up. I don't know. But I like it. Yeah, I like it. I'm giving Jackie an 8.
I like Dr. Jackie hair.
Give Simone her stylist. Now listen, this might be the best I guess proof that maybe Jackie is not a friend to anybody, because why the hell you let your girlfriend walk out the dressing room looking like she did?
Girl.
They was sharing the dressing room, so she saw her.
Yeah. But she know how Simone dresses.
I guess that's the truth.
Yeah, that's honey. Yeah. Honey. But I thought Dr. Jackie looked okay. I liked her hair and the makeup. I didn't care for the outfit at all.
I liked it. I
mean, it looks better than Sweet Teas, but I ain't like Sweet Teas either. So I would give Dr. Jackie, I don't know, maybe 5. I mean, I seen her dress better, and I just didn't know what this was giving. I just didn't know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the end of that. So, so we start out this thing here. Miss Simone say it's a day of a day of accountability, DOA. And some of the folks ain't gonna be there, or somebody, maybe 1 or 2 is what she says. Because at first we was thinking Sweet Tea may not come because he was over there about ready to cry on YouTube, having a hard time. And then in the middle, right before filming the reunion, she goes in on Toya. Then she picks a fight with Dr. Mimi. So she was kind of spazzing out. So then we have Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, they're in this dressing room together. And she was talking about, they were talking about Phaedra. And Phaedra didn't want to be around these, or didn't want none of these, or whatever. Or these bitches, or however. So Jackie called them these. So, and then we also have Toya. She came in, and Toya was sitting on ready. She was ready because Sweet Tea started with her a couple days before filming. I think it was either that Sunday or Monday. She went in saying how she wanted, that she didn't mean that I was just a penny to them. And she wanted me to go at Quad and this and that and the other.
Right.
So then we have Andy. He greets all the ladies. And he asked Dr. Jackie about her glasses. He asked Dr. Simone how she was doing. She said she's going to be saving ears today. Dr. Heavenly, he asked her if she's on her best White House behavior. And he told Toya, your dress is understated nice. And Quad was Bridgerton of the future. And he asked Sweet Tea, did she have any royal decrees? And Dr. Contessa, he asked her, did she watch the show while she was gone? She said yes. But it was a horrible season. I'm glad I wasn't a part of it.
I told y'all Contessa is Teddy from Beverly Hills. Like Teddy got 14 brain tumors, and yet she still got an opinion on what's going on the Housewives shows. Like, girl, you are fighting for your life, but yet she want to remind us that, like, we cannot tell, because why do you care what's going on with, you know what I mean, over here on one of the filming? Like, girl, stop. That's Contessa. Contessa is going to know what's going on, whether we see her or not.
True. So then, they talk about the elephant in the room. Where's Phae Phae? And then Toya said she talked to her and asked her when she come. And Phae said, I wouldn't help this show for shit. What would she help and do? What did she do?
She didn't do anything.
She do shit all season. So
I mean, I don't know anybody. I've not seen anybody who said that they started watching Married to Medicine because Phaedra was going to be on there. I feel like everybody who watched Married to Medicine already watched Married to Medicine, and I think we all had the same consensus. Like, Phaedra didn't bring a damn thing.
No,
so and really, I'm glad to see her go. I am not excited to see her at this tail end of Housewives of Atlanta. And I don't like the way she left. I don't like the way she is talking about those ladies over there Married to Medicine, even though they can be messy, and we're gonna get into it on, for the reunion. But at the same time, who the hell does Phaedra think she is with her lying ass? Okay.
Bingo. So we had Phaedra. They got the behind the scenes, never seen before footage. And she back there being a confessional gangster, honey. She didn't read these women for filth, said they was trash, said they was fat, funny looking, and mean black women because they jealous of basically her and her blonde wigs. And she said they were demonic minions from hell. What did you think about that?
I thought that was deplorable. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I thought she could have kept it to herself, and it would have done her better. Like, if she, she's saying it like somehow it's some read or something. But girl, you ain't no better than the rest of the people on the internet typing their comments, calling them whatever they want to do. Because you could have said that to their face, you bad like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
stand on business, Phaedra.
I'm saying, right.
Honey, Phaedra, and
it was a punk move to me.
That was. She don't get no cool points or brownie points for that.
Zero.
None. Her
Yeah.
read fell
As a
flat.
matter of fact, we taking any that you had. Like you starting from below zero because any you had, give me half of them.
So
Because yeah, that was raggedy.
I said, at least Sweet Tea, she came, even though it looked like she might not was going to come or appear, but she came. And here Phaedra, Miss, she's an attorney, and you can't come and sit in front of these doctors and say what you got to say, because you should have told them this shit on the stage and then walked your ass off. That's what
Exactly.
Exactly. I've been like, okay, she came and did that, but no, she didn't want to do that because they was gonna eat her ass up.
Okay.
That is what's going to happen.
That's exactly why I think she didn't show up, because I think that I think she knows the way that they will come for her, and not in the like mean making up type of way. It's just they gonna hit you with what they know, and so you don't want them can of worms open.
Yeah, because they was starting to break the fourth wall, honey.
Mm-hmm.
So they go on to they have the impersonation of Phaedra. Here, Andy Massey ass got a Phaedra mask. Remind you of one of them. I guess they put it on that little thing. You know how you go to the funeral homes, they give you them little funeral home fans.
Yeah, yeah.
So since she the funeral home undertaker, they got her face on.
Well, you so silly. That's so funny. I don't think it's that. That's become popular, and it's a name for it. I can't remember what it's called. It's a name for what they call like the heads on the sticks or whatever, because that's become popular like at graduation parties and stuff, like at different parties and stuff. Mm-hmm.
I just thought about her being the funeral
But
undertaker.
that's true because that's the first place we got the
Martin Luther King on there. The little girl with the praying hands. So then they have Dr. Simone does her impersonation of Phaedra. And then after the impersonation, they talk about Apollo and Shireen divorce filing. And then, Quad has her speech. And Quad says, the husband is still the same. He just chooses different women. He's still doing the same shit, basically. And then she got to getting real personal with it because, Sweet Tea got to looking like, oh, this bitch talking about me or my husband. Mm-hmm. So from there, we go to Quad's package. Miss Quad. Onward and upward, honey. But we fall all the way back to dang on Napa.
The Quad, and this is why for me, I don't want Quad back. So we already know I don't want Contessa or Quad back, and I know Heavenly gets on her YouTube every week and tell us how much Quad makes the show and how the show ain't gonna be this if she not there, and I don't give a damn. Quad can go for me. I feel like the whole time I've watched Quad, it has really been the same old story. And even with her and Simone, with her and any of the girls. And at this point, I'm kind of over it. And I think you are the problem. You get on here, we watch y'all, say you sorry, make up, play nice, and then by the time we get to the reunion, everybody pissed off with each other all over again. And now that's your excuse for, hanging out with everybody under the sun except for your castmates. And it's this, cycle. So I mean, I'm ready to get off the ride when it comes to that.
Well, Dr. Heavily said yesterday on Spill It Boy, and she said she wanted to dispel like the thought that everyone thinks that they all hang out together. She said, because we don't. She said she never hangs out with Toya. She said
we know that. Like we know that.
So the only person, she said, we all, I guess each person may connect to another person in the group. She said that's why she didn't understand why Simone is so upset, because she said, shit, we don't hang, like that anyways.
Well, I think that I feel like Dr. Heavenly is creating her own crevice inside of Quad's behind right now because she's the reason why Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg is on there and why, Quad is having this hard time like that with this girl. So I'm saying that to say she didn't even need to explain that simply because we can see it on your timeline. And also we see that when the show comes on, like under no stretch of the imagination did I assume that Toya and Dr. Heavenly was hanging out and doing anything. And nor do they do it on the show. But what I do think is there is a common thread in which what Dr. Heavenly said that there might be, a group of two or whatever, like,
The
and
overlap.
Toya kind of is this like free, agent in a sense, which is why I think Quad exists in her place because they kind of in the same age group in a sense. But that's the issue with Heavenly, Simone, and Jackie. You know what I mean? Because Simone don't feel Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly doesn't probably hang out. Quad is the one that's hanging out. So there's another reason why they don't do things together. Now, what I feel like with Dr. Simone is, and I think it's reasonable, I feel like she knows that Quad probably has things, does things, goes places, and doesn't, give out a phone call. Or maybe somebody else. They got that whole do they call it, the boom boom room downstairs?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm saying, so I feel like they probably entertain at their house. Possibly Quad doesn't come. It wouldn't be that far fetched, like to think that they invite Quad or had at some point, and then she, pay them dust. And so but it's kind of like you can't have it two ways, Quad. Either we not real friends and you get what you get, you know what I'm saying, what you give when you show up to film.
Your karma.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because it's either one, or and that's where I think Simone's frustration come from. Because then you spend the whole season going back to, like, well, why you are and what I did and all of this, and yet you still show up the same way. Like, what is it for? So if we not friends, then we don't need to worry about it.
Well,
and I'm tired of the story.
Look,
I'm tired of her story.
Yeah, because she
want to, I'm glad that she with King. We know he got some like legal stuff going on. Maybe that's par for the course for the type of business he in. I don't know. These people and these entrepreneurs, like, anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Like, it's, I don't know. I might be cynical watching too much Investigation Discovery, Dateline 2020, whatever the hell. But but I'm just saying, like, if it was so easy to just go out and buy luxury cars and rent them out, like, even in general, is that something sound like a little fishy about that? Like, something sound like you took one thing like that you're doing and twisted it around to make it sound like something a little more legitimate, like renting your own car out on Turo, and it's not an actual rental company. Anyway, allegedly.
That's what I said about what's the girl over there, Roa? Britt. I said, right. how I used to sell insurance, so I'm like, how she get a dang on?
And did you hear the recording? You was right. Yes. Yeah, you was right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I said it. I'm like, yeah, that made perfect sense because, like, at the same time, why are you working so hard to prove this relationship? Like, what? Like, who's questioning it? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, why it made all the sense. That you came in the way you did, because you had, like, you trying to, I don't know. So wrap this shit up in a boat and make and make it sound like something else.
Yeah, because she tried to put on airs because she don't want nobody to know she did them. What's probably equivalent to OnlyFans or whatever.
Exactly.
Prostitution, allegedly.
Allegedly, okay.
What Kenya said, you know this hoe right here?
And she a cheap one at that. That's what she
said. So, Simone, excuse me, Quad wanted to know what was the challenge with her and Simone. And Simone said, you been giving us your ass to kiss. And they go back and forth. And, you know, she let them know. I stood there.
Let's get her 2 seconds of fame. You notice how she had to get that out first.
What?
Oh, she gave her your ass to kiss. She was
about Phaedra, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I go, God, Contessa.
Girl, yes.
Mollywop your ass into a thing.
She said she went from friend up to main cast because she was on the stage the whole time.
Honey, she was on the stage the whole time, but didn't have a damn thing to say.
She sure didn't. She sure didn't. Nothing unless it was about Heavenly. So then we go on. We're talking about ask the kiss. And then she let them know, look, I did something that Phaedra couldn't do because I wasn't a coward. I sat there at the table while y'all all ganged up on me at Napa. Thought we was going onward and upward. But I guess.
Right. Well, now we back. Now we backward and down.
We back at Napa. So then,
no, I gotta go use the restroom. Sorry, y'all.
So go ahead. So with the onward and upward and quad, she letting them know I'm not like Phaedra. I ain't a coward. I let y'all come at me, and I still handle you all with integrity. And I'm not no coward, and I didn't back down. So then her and Sweet Tea, is that where we at? Oh, they talked about the apologies. And Toya, I guess, had her bullshit meter on. You know, Toya didn't give a fuck this season. And she was calling out everybody. And she said that those apologies that Quad got was not sincere. And Dr. Jackie said, you know, hell, I apologized once. I was going to keep on doing it. So I let it win. Because not every time you see me, I'm not going to be apologizing for this, that, and the other. So she said, I was sincere at first, and then I let it go. And Dr. Heavely's like, I admit my apology. You know, so what else we talked about there?
And that's what Dr. Jackie get herself in trouble, though. You know, like, I feel like she could have been upfront about not really wanting to get into it with Quad. And not let it always have to come out of somebody else's mouth.
And then Dr. Simone said, you know, it was mighty funny. You had a whole king for a whole year and we didn't know about it. And Quad said, shit, we weren't talking. So I don't owe you my business. We went friends. Okay, Simone? So then the question from a viewer said something about Sweet Tea saying that Quad was jealous of her. And the Sweet Tea was like, well, I said Quad was going around on a press tour. And she was wanting to get a moment. Why would Sweet Tea think everybody need her to get a moment?
Somebody is telling her that.
The lose.
Yeah, somebody is telling her that. Might be Jamie who over there videoing that. Or whoever it is that she got for her, you know, somebody. But somebody is telling her that. She didn't come up with that on her own.
Look, Jamie, stop where I said Portia.
Oh, right. Okay.
Jamie got her ass whooped.
Yes, honey. Yeah, Jamie is telling her that. Because somebody probably told Jamie that about Portia. Like, yeah, she just jealous of you.
I don't know. So, you know, Sweet Tea just stumbled all the way through that. trying to
She
figure out
did.
that. And
Poor
then
sweet
she,
thing, I'm gonna ease up on her because she dealing with a lot. You know what I mean? Like, and she is fighting for her life. And I guess literally and figuratively. So we just gon' listen.
I ain't letting up on her ass because I think, to me, she came in ready.
She tried.
She really tried because you see, they wouldn't even really try to play with her like that because she can't keep up that good. And then she told Quiet, "You a motherfucking non-factor."
And and that is so like it's you done came with an old 20-year-old Reed, which we can still say it, but honey, like it fell flat. Like you didn't even, it was like you was waiting on it. Like it didn't even
Yes,
you didn't even pull it out at the right time. Like, oh God, honey.
girl. And Quiet told her she's living on delusional drive, girl.
And she is.
So then
See, that's
somebody
what
said,
that's what be hurting. Like I think Carlos King and Claudia and what's the Dustin, they had a conversation about like reads, like how to do a good read and when it really is a good read and what makes a good read. And like she said, like a good read like kind of has to have
I
some
seen
truth
that.
to it.
Yeah.
Like it's got to sting a little bit, And yeah, T ain't got it, honey. Because even like you a non-MF factor, like you could have said, like you could have told her that about her husband, but you can't tell her that while she's sitting up here. She got your tail on this couch. Like what you mean?
Then this cold. Then it's a.
You ever read yourself while you was trying to read somebody else? That's what Sweet T was doing.
Girl. Then they said, they talked about how is Quiet supposed to be jealous of you. Her man bought her a Rolls Royce while your man probably still driving that Mini Cooper. I was like, oh Lord. And they so messy because they play it. And then
that's all I think about when I see Dr. Greg. Is that damn Mini Cooper driving around that thing. Yeah, that's all I think about.
I think Dr. Greg and Sweet Tea are meant for each other though. Because to me, they both are a little quirky. They're a little different. Something about her just, I'm not saying when I was in school, we used to say like a little nerdy or something. She's a little, I would say quirky, and he is too.
I'm okay with quirky. I have a problem with her not being confident.
Well, yeah.
That's it. I'm okay with quirky. I think I'm quirky. I'm okay with quirky. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, like if people recognize it, ain't nothing wrong with being quirky.
Why but I think her
like the rest of these goddamn people around here. Like,
yeah, I just think that her and him, they fit better than him and Kawhi. So they,
yeah, I can see that. She is definitely more, but see that this is a whole nother conversation in a sense for a whole nother day, because it comes down to like him at a certain point in time, the type of women he would go after. And that's where we come from with him leading with his pockets and his wallet. He knows and not that he is unattractive, but I think that he knows he doesn't possess those qualities most women look for, like the tall, dark, handsome, right?
Or that bad boy.
Or the bad boy, right? Like he's not either. He is kind of like the cornball, goofball, you know what I mean? Kind of type of thing. So being a doctor is a flex for him. The second flex is having a little bit of money, to back up the being a doctor. That's how you get
lead with his pocket.
And like I tell people, what's the saying? Even though that it's funny how Funky Dineva been saying this, but my mom been saying it all my life. What fair exchange is no robbery.
Yeah.
So even though you have women who are coined as gold diggers and things like that, but the men who go after those type of women are men who want that. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you got to pay to play, like that's it. And as long as everybody is getting what they are planning to get out of it or what have you, then who's out? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, I feel like that was a Greg and Quad type of thing. He wanted a bad B. He got one. You know what I'm saying? And then it was too expensive. So now, you know, second time around, hey, Sweet Tea is pretty. You know what I'm saying? She's not like a gremlin or something. But she's homely. So
Very.
here's what he got. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a girl who, if she wanted to, she could be a bad B, but she not interested in being a bad B because she don't really think she won. You know what I'm saying? So that's not what.
Yeah, I don't think she's not interested. I just think she don't know how to be one.
Okay, she don't know how to be one. Right. She don't know how to be one.
If she come back to season 3 for her, because she already stepped her game up this year. Because when she first came on the game,
like, look, that girl is a country bumpkin, which that's funny too that she had the nerve to
girl, that's what I'm about to get to. Yes, honey, she told her. She kept saying a legend about the Rolls Royce, and you know, Quad was like, "What's the deal with that?" And then she said something, and she said, "Because you come off very fake." Yeah. And Quad said, "You come off country," and she goes, "You a Beverly Hillbilly."
Again, you ever tried to read somebody and read
Ellie Mae?
Like,
you know, Ellie Mae clap it.
Like, it's a lot of country going around in Atlanta, but baby, you the countryest of them all.
Girl.
Man, you just fell off the turnip truck, honey. Like, and so what I'm saying is, even if she come back for her third season, she's like, she gotta wear like those clump heels. Like she can't even wear like stilettos. Do you know this girl will break her fucking ankle, her neck? Like I could just see her tripping all over her damn feet because she can't walk in heels. Like, look, I mean, we can't pull it off, but I was about to say, look at her. Now y'all gotta be sounding like Dr. Heavenly, because I'm not here to tear nobody down. I'm just saying that girl too goofy to do what she in her mind want to do, and that's where the confidence come in. I wish she was more confident to just be herself, you know, and because that would work fine. You know what I mean? Like that would work fine, but too bad.
Who you think she was trying to be,
girl, honey?
Who you think she was trying to be?
You know, I feel like whoever the comments is telling her.
Toya.
Maybe a Toya. I don't know. Whatever the comments is telling her. Just like she was it. Oh yeah, I watched her and Simone's YouTube. She had Simone on her channel. Ooh, which I'm gonna make those oyster tacos. Okay. I'm gonna make them.
Whose recipe was it?
Sweet Tea's.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like oysters, and they did look good, honey. Okay. I was like, ooh. But like I said, I watched it, and again, you trying to read somebody else, but you end up reading yourself when she talking about is Quad almost done paying her house? I'm almost done paying for this house.
The house he bought for Quad, and you to put your name on it, on the mortgage, not the deed. I would have just put my name on the deed, not the mortgage.
And technically, she more than likely did it because she has like VA benefits. So he probably was able to like, like refinance and get it.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
But even, see, like if we was going to do any of that, like if I was going to use my VA benefits to
I'll give you a new house
or turn whatever around, we would be purchasing a whole nother house.
Because they ain't gonna be riding me about getting her house.
That's the reason why I'm how I am. That's the reason why I'm single probably to this day. Because baby, I can't have nobody else's nothing.
And moved in on top of what Quiet stuff is still there, girl.
Talking about I'm almost done paying for this house. Like, don't you tell nobody else that again. You and the next time you say,
and you with an older man.
Just say your husband is almost done paying for our house. Say that. But not you almost done paying for a girl. You just got there. How think you almost done paying for it?
And then I want to know, how is she disabled from the military?
Honey, I'm guessing mental, but you're not. No.
You know what? But you can get a disability.
I was gonna say you never really know when it
Because this
comes
man
to
told
like
me I could get a check.
military, because it's really just, I think it's as simple as not being able to go active. You know what I'm saying? Like fight.
What you say?
Not being able to go, like, to go over to be at war. So I'm saying it could be anything, like a hernia. It could, like not a disability like one we can see, but something that could keep you from being in active duty in a war.
I ain't know nobody. I had people that had back surgeries and still was in the military when I was in.
Oh,
evidently, because she had to get out with this disability.
Well, that's true.
So I know how I got out.
I'm thinking whatever it did, that it had to make her unable to be, you know what I mean, to be able to do that. What else you gonna do while you there? If you can't, if we call and you can't go
Girl,
over
the whole
to
stuff,
war.
girl, half the time you don't do shit there. I'm telling you, I
Well,
worked in the
that's
office. We ain't do nothing.
right. You
I ain't
remember
lying.
I'm gonna get you sucker with the man with the
Girl, we ain't do a damn thing. Girl, I so want to know what she did.
He said some damn bull was playing around in the living room, and he was flinging. Oh my god,
Girl,
y'all ain't never seen I'm gonna get you sucker.
Girl, you done brought that up, girl.
Movie. I might go watch it myself tonight. I'm
Girl.
movie. That movie is funny. When he said some asshole was playing. They messed around and poked him in his eye.
Girl. But my favorite part was when he came out with them daggone the platform
shoes.
Yes, honey. And he just knew he was sharp.
The goldfish in the
Girl. That'd be something Dr. Simone would wear. Girl.
People started laughing.
He about twisted his ankle trying to get out of there. Girl, the shoes that busted open. But so then they go back to talking about Quad and King getting it in 15 times a week. And then Andy asked, was there going to be a baby Quad? And she let him know she was going through IVF with Dr. Jackie. And they may have, Dr. Jackie said they may have an announcement. I heard they saying she's pregnant. That's what's on the YouTube.
Well, I'm expecting it for that to be it.
Yeah.
I'm expecting for that to be it. And listen, that doesn't sell me on Quad coming back. I'm just saying. I hope that she is. Honestly, I hope that she is.
Yeah, she wants to be. Yes.
You know what I mean? Just because time.
Yes.
And I know you can get pregnant and woo, all that. But the sooner the better. Yes. I mean, listen, I'm a little, but people do what they want to with their bodies. I'm a little bit kind of like, maybe it seemed a little fast to do this with King, but clearly when you know, that's what they say, and she knows. So again, if that's what she wants, I hope that she can still do that off of my screen next season. I follow on Instagram. I still follow her. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So then they wanted to know, Andy, he's real interested in King and sex and about
he really is, right?
Girl, he really was, honey. And he goes, Dr. Contessa said, you never was that interested about ours. He said, I'm interested by everybody's sex.
Really, I'm pretty sure he is, but girl, Contessa, shut up. You and Scott are not in there having sex. All the damn weight she losing. That's why she probably losing so much weight. You working out too damn much, and y'all are not having sex. It's so funny. They can't even. Well, actually, I'm lying. That's probably how they stay together. So they probably do have a lot of sex. They probably fight and F.
Girl, yeah, they probably have some bomb sex. Mm-hmm. That's why they can't let go.
Yeah, I take it back. Mm-hmm.
And then so the end Quads package with the onward and upward. Mm-hmm. And we see they ain't going no damn where.
Honey,
they get backstage.
Going backwards and down.
Yes. So we get to Toya's package in her I don't give a fuck attitude. And she's keeping it real, holding the ladies accountable. And she's let the women know when they were there at the lemon squeeze that we do some fucked up shit. And she wants to, then Andy plays a truth telling game with her. And he asks who had the most surgeries or the most work done. And she said heavily. And he asks who's going to be the one who have the hardest time telling the truth. She says Tisha. Then he said, who needs a new stylist? She says Tisha, but Heavenly says Simone. And Simone says, fuck you, Heavenly. So then one of the viewers had a question about the way she treats Dr. Eugene. And she says Dr. Eugene gives her humor. And we have that dynamic. And basically don't worry about us because we good. So then Toya somebody asked about her purse. Was Stormy going to be the only child? She said, no, was that Kelly?
I think that's what she called
was the first one in their new closet. And here Contessa said, did you hear? She got a new home. And so Andy asked, what is this, the fourth or fifth home? Or the fourth home? She said, it might be the fifth. Mm-hmm. She said, I know one thing, I ain't moving somebody else's house. Mm-hmm. Damn, Sweet Tea. And then Sweet Tea, did Sweet Tea say something?
I don't remember. I think she did try to say something.
No, she did because she said, because you just got a mortgage in your name. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think she had a couple of them, didn't she?
Well, listen, again, Sweet Tea is not flexing. Like I said, you just got there. Like, it's not even like you've been married to this man for 5 years or something. You just got there. He got you on the deed and shit already. Like, yeah, you paying for something, girl.
Girl. I don't know. I can't be marrying no old ass man, and I got to be over here helping him with his house that he already had. No.
That's what I said. If I'm gonna help, we getting a new one.
We sure enough is. We can get shit that she used to live in, and I got to be around these bitches, and they talking about me. Them bitches over there talking about me, saying that old bitch house. Exactly. And did you notice the dynamic between the ladies and Sweet Tea, where they kept little girl and her? Toya told them, go help the baby. And then Quad said, this baby girl here. And I think Sweet Tea said, ma'am to her. So I thought that. I said, oh, they keep little girl in her. But then she would do little girl shit, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So then they asked her about her couch situation because she was not happy with the couch situation. So she calls out Sweet Tea. And Sweet Tea says that Toya is trying to make a moment. I know you're trying to make a moment. I'm like,
yeah, like every time she opened her mouth, she put her foot in it. It was like even Andy had to tell her, like, well, like,
because she said you don't got nothing going on.
7 years, like, what do you mean she need a moment? Like, what?
He said, do you know where you at?
Right.
This whole theme is because of me. And then Sweet Tea started stating that, that she wanted her to go to war with Quad. And she says that Toya and Heavenly were both instigators. And that's what woke Heavenly up. Oh, somebody called my name.
Right.
So she said, because you said we share dick.
Right.
And she said, yeah, you did. And here goes Dr. Heavenly over there. I'm sitting there dying laughing at him. Because you done woke up the daggone beast over there. Here she go, well, I want to know what quad pussy smells like or tastes like. I'm like, oh my God. What coochie tastes like. And them two over there laughing. So then Toya basically says to Sweet Tea, we have nothing in common. So then They go over there. A doctor, as they're talking back and forth, then Dr. Simone goes over there, squat down and hold Sweet Tea's head. And to me,
now
when they
listen,
did,
Sweet Tea is not my favorite person, but I really didn't. I can't. I don't like the way that they're pushing this narrative about Sweet Tea being unstable. Um, and especially in an unapologetic way, in the sense of not being forthcoming about the situation they placed her in, and then just left the girl. It was like throwing her in the deep end of the pool. I believe her when she said Toya wanted me to go to war with Quad. Reason why is because I don't know where that set of words would have come from if there wasn't a conversation that surrounded those sets of words. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, why would you think that, out the top of your head? Now, here's where Sweet Tea is showing, again, she's not that bright. Because I keep saying it, even though it's a show, like it's Married to Medicine, it's a show, we need some drama, and so, of course, if an ex who's getting married is able to come on, it creates its own amount of tension. So with that being said, how is it that anybody needed to have this conversation with you to convince you to go to war with another woman who you don't even know, just because that happened to be your fiance's ex-wife? You was able to sit down and even entertain a conversation like that?
So what you really think, that Sweet Tea thought that she was gonna get on the show, take Quad's place, and Quad be off the show?
Yes, I do. And I think they told her that. I don't think she believed that on her own. I don't think, like, like, here's the thing. I don't think Sweet Tea reached out to get any of this stuff started.
Oh, no.
Like to be on Married to Medicine, any of that. And yes, I think whenever this conversation started to happen, they was happening with Heavenly and Simone. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because I just remember back to when I first started seeing them with her. And this was before we knew she would come on the show, because at this point, this is us just finding out that he was seeing her or whatever. And so Simone and Heavenly was posting the pictures with her, so we already knew, like, Quad was pissed. So I said it to myself then. I said, okay, so the next season, Quad gonna be pissed off because they went to the Christmas party. They was doing a few things with them, with Greg and Sweet Tea, over the holidays. I remember it being around holidays or something. And so, yeah, I think, like, and that's why it's unfortunate that her vocabulary, the fact that she is maybe just not as articulate and polished as other people or even her castmates, it kind of lends, it's an easy read to, like, play her like she's, like, not smart, or dumb, or and so the theory is like, oh, she came up with this on her own. She didn't come up with that on her own. That's why we saw them turn on Quad. Quad is right when she says they turned on her. They did. They turned on her a long time ago. And yes, they told Sweet Tea that they was done with Quad. I believe that. They told Sweet Tea that she didn't have to worry about getting Quad out. They were going to get Quad out. That was the plan. I don't know how it backfired, but it backfired. But that was the plan. Quad is out, T is in. And she believed them.
Do you think it was a them that said it, or Simone?
To dry.
Do you think it was a them that said it, or a Simone, as we saw the argument?
I feel like it was Simone, Heavenly, and Toya. Those are the three people who I think said anything to T about what her expectations could be and what Quad's affiliation would be to the show. I think it was them three. Yes.
Because I know they met Sweet Tea at Dr. Jackie's event. So, Sweet Tea is over there talking with Dr. Simone. And Dr. Simone is calming her down. And only thing I will say with Dr. Simone squatting there in front of her, being a big sister to her, I would point out two things I thought was kind of weird during the season when Dr. G and King got into it. And how all the women had to come around her and pray. And I thought to myself, she was just running up on King. What happened to make her go all the way this way? Because she was, was going to fight King for Dr. G. So what happened? What made her spaz out or whatever? And then also, I guess we found out that when Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavily got into it at the Dude Ranch, remember Sweet Tea got mad. She was over there eating her food all crazy. And I'm like, what is up? What happened? When we found out her and Quade got into it, they just said air it. So only thing I would say is, because I listened to the lives and heard how Toya even said on, was that Reality Tea or whatever that's come on YouTube, that Sweet Tea has actually pushed and shoved some of the women there. So I didn't know if Dr. Simone felt that Sweet Tea was getting that angry or getting that, about to go all the way.
She's not a child. Like, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
No, they baby the hell out of her.
And it's kind of like some of this stuff, like, if it is, then it is. You know what I mean? Like, but what I saw, and I guess like maybe it was a big sister situation, but it just made Sweet Tea look immature. And not to say that maybe her behavior would not make her look more immature, but maybe those are the things that she needs to go through. I don't know, because I'm not just saying that she should embarrass herself on TV or anything. But again, it looks strange to me to have these people talking about something that we're not seeing. So like, that's what I'm saying. It's like you are indicating that she's like imbalanced or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, going off on y'all, or and going to level 20s or something. But we're not seeing none of that.
Yes. So yeah, that kind of made me wonder, like, why is she doing that? Or is it something that we missed in the reunion? Like, that is the reason why she got up or whatever. So okay. So then Sweet Tea had let Toya know that she had nothing going on, and bitch, go tend to your child, Stormy the purse. And that's basically it. Then we get to
right.
Yes. Because I would have snapped back, so at least I do got a kid and a purse.
But that's the thing, like, and here we go again, because going back to, even though we just skipped right over Contessa, because she did the
she next.
thing,
she next.
With the
breast.
She made a comment about Heavenly being miserable or something, or a miserable person to be with. And so Dr. Heavenly, talked about her boobs, and the boobs are looking botched in their dress. And here's the thing, going back to what I always say, you're gonna always hear me say it when somebody come up and do it. I don't like somebody who takes a subject matter and then, like, creates a whole, mountain out of that subject matter in order to put somebody in their place about whatever they're saying. So that's what she say. You're going to talk about my breasts and I had a double mastectomy, and it's like, yeah, girl, and they fucked up. Like,
but Dr. Heavenly said that was not it. She said it was a bad edit. She said because Contessa and Sweet Tea was over there calling her Rasputia from Norbit.
Yeah, I saw her say that. Yeah,
she
I
said,
saw her say
so
that.
if you gonna talk about
Even still, I didn't have nothing wrong with what she said, and I was pissed off at Contessa for trying to.
Yes,
like, that's what I'm saying. Trying to use this double mastectomy, this breast cancer umbrella, right?
Yeah.
To cover the fact that she shouldn't talk about this bad boobs on her chest. And so, and what she's, as soon as she said, I had a double mastectomy, and Heaven's like, oh please, and I'm feeling the same way, because at the end of the day, when you remember that she had a double mastectomy, she wants to prevent having breast cancer. Nothing is wrong with that at all. I am not making fun of her having that done at all. It was her choice to do. She chose to do it. That's my problem. It was your choice to do. Somebody else who, gets a diagnosis, and then that is what the treatment plan requires, is that they go and do that, then we are not going to say anything about whatever they come back and show up with. You know what I mean? Because they didn't go in there to choose that. Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for you, it's like, and that's why I don't care for her on my screen, because that's what she does. She creates a storyline. That was part of her storyline. And even she got mad at the cast that season because they treated it like it was. You went and had surgery to prevent, possibly ever getting breast cancer. You didn't take a test that told you had such and such percentage chance. You didn't do that. You just said, okay, my mom had it. And I just don't want it. So let's go ahead and do it. Called your dad, forced him to get on the plane and come. Girl, bye. She needs too much attention.
So I'm like that too. I'm like this. If we're going words and we're in a battle, I'm got to go to hell on your ass. So don't come for me. So if you don't want me to say nothing crazy to you, don't say shit to me. Because your little shade, girl, I'm going to get you back. So, that's how the game works. So if you don't want nobody to say nothing, I just leave shit alone. I won't say nothing to you. Because you can't get mad how somebody else come back at you.
That's right.
I think that's what because she was losing. If she was winning the game, because this is the same thing. Because here, Contessa, here she goes in her package. She talked about Dr. Heavenly husband having mixed babies. The rumors on the Atlanta streets. She talked about Dr. Heavenly kids didn't like her, or she pays them to like her. And what else she said? What else? I can't remember the other thing. But then I put down she's to be a professional victim.
Yes, she is.
And then
that's a great way to which is Teddy. That's Teddy also from Beverly Hills. It's Teddy wrapped up in a whole nother package. Like, yes, professional victim.
So then, Andy, I think it's on this one. Andy asked Heavenly if she was going to apologize to Contessa. Heavenly said she already did. She said, "You apologize about my dead mother?"
And Dr. Heavenly said, right, there we go.
Heavenly said, "I did." She said, "Don't you think you owe me an apology?" Contessa's like, "For what?" I owe you shit. And Toya said they're even. She said, your mama, you talked about her husband and kids. And they say, y'all know that's Heavenly's go-to. And then, they go through all the time. She said, your mama, whatever. But then Sweet Tea said, no, you said, fuck that bitch. And she said, no, I did not say, fuck that bitch. I said, fuck you, bitch. And then from there, They ended with a. I think is it. I think I'm getting two and one mixed up. No, yeah, I done went on to the other one. Okay, so they ended with the rumors about Dr. Daddy that he got the mixed babies and what Atlanta streets are saying. Dr. Simone said she heard that he asked a woman for her number. Toya said she heard the rumors too. So that's the end of that. We are on part two. Part two is still heavily a Contessa. And they're talking, and this is when they're back and forth a little bit, and that's when Dr. Heavily brings up about her breasts. And she said, because basically Dr. Damon is, this is where they showed it, that Dr. Damon is human, but he must be miserable with you, something to that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, so then she cries wolf when Dr. Heavenly talks about her breast. Then Dr. Jackie get to crying because she can't believe they can't come back for this. And then Dr. Simone says, well, Heavenly, our problem is you went on YouTube and talked about your good girlfriend, and that wasn't your place to do that, even though what was said on TV or to you in private. A good girlfriend wouldn't do that. Dr. Heavenly said, look, we already talked about this. I already apologized about it. This is from years ago. So then they just agreed to basically disagree. And Dr. Contessa just said, you look lovely today. Probably after you to call her Rasputia, bitch.
Contessa gets on my nerves.
They call her Rasputia and Professor Clump. So we get to Sweet Tea's package. And for me, Sweet Tea thinks she reinvented the wheel with this age gap dating. Men have been doing this since the beginning of time, honey. Then you watch the movie Color Purple.
You know, it's not only that. It was kind of like this thing too. Like, is it a thing? Like, and I'm not quite sure. Like, is that what you did? Like, or like I don't know. But listen, she needs something. So there she goes. Yeah. As long as it ain't talking about quad, let's go.
So she's normalizing age gap dating. Okay, we can see what the age gap dating gets you, honey. So then, you know, she's talking, they showed where she was talking to Dr. Greg, and she wanted to know what was his window on having children. He said 2 years. And they was like, you know, we know Sweet Tea has fertility issues. She said she had 2 failed IUI attempts. I don't know what that is, IUI. But she's supposed to start going through IVF with Emery. Here you go. Messy ass Andy. You gonna go through with Dr. Jackie? She told that woman, fuck you, bitch. She's not gonna have her in between her legs.
Right.
Hold on a second. I forgot to even mention this. We did talk about, we didn't talk about Heavenly's YouTube with Andy and her. What did you think Andy meant or thought about Dr. Heavenly in her YouTube?
I think he said exactly what he thought. And that's normal. I feel like that. I feel like that goes without saying. And like, so in my opinion, this goes back to the cast. So Heavenly was calling herself being clever to point out to Andy, like, do you want me to stop doing my YouTube? Because Heavenly pretty much figures that her doing her YouTubes is increasing ratings for the show. Could be not. In the words of Mr. from Color Purple. Could be not. Like, listen. So with that, she called herself turning it to Andy, like, well, do you want me to stop my YouTube? Andy said it like it is. Like, well, if you was talking shit about me, I would want you to stop it. True. Like, and so the point about it is, we not talking about me. You talking to the people who you are talking about on there. Now, I feel like I listened to her quite a bit this season. She left Contessa alone for the most part. She slid in there here and there, but she left Contessa alone for the most part. It felt like she did as well as she could. Now, I'm not over there on Patreon, so I don't know if she
I
went over
am.
there and ate them up. Like, listen. Because one thing about it, she gonna eat them up. And I just don't understand what they don't get about that she gonna keep doing this. And so
I don't think the cast members is that. I feel like if the YouTube really bothered them like that, they would ice her out.
Yeah, exactly.
So they know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and they know what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's lining her pocket with the YouTube coin. And she's getting, eyes on the show.
Yeah, I mean, right. So
because she's like, almost every week she says something that's viral. Because, honey, she said yesterday, which was talked about in the reunion, but was it yesterday or the day before? But she repeated again yesterday, so it's all Spiller Boy TV. Mm-hmm. That there was a situation because when Dr. Contessa had said something about Heavily being miserable or whatever, and about Dr. David, Heavily said she had said to her, I'm not the one so miserable who filed for divorce so many times. And then brought up the situation when Scott had called Quad because there was a woman saying that was going to a blogger about them, or blogger saying that a woman came to them about him being at the hotel with her. And Quad he wanted to know if Quad knew the blogger. She said she didn't know that person. And she said, but you need to go to your wife and let her know what's going on. That way y'all could come out basically like a united front. They brought it up at the reunion.
Okay.
She said, and that's what I had said after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Quad had cooperated, said, yes, he did call me. And Contessa wanted to know why would they bring that up. Because Dr. Heavenly said that Simone looked it up, that right before they started filming this year, probably almost a year prior to that, Dr. Contessa had filed for a divorce. But
I think that we knew that, though. Wasn't that when we last saw them?
No, they didn't. She didn't file then.
Okay.
She lied because this is per Dr. Simone. Because she said that the house was up for sale and it was not. Scott was blindsided. He didn't know what the hell was going on. So that's what Dr. Heavily had said. She owes him an apology because we thought he was a liar when it was Contessa.
Well, yeah, I knew that anyway. Like, that's again, going back to Contessa and her problem. Like, she be having the conversations, different conversations with people. So like it was clear, even going back to that season, it was clear that the conversation she was having with Heavenly was not the same conversation that was being had with her husband. Like, y'all not saying this, you're not telling her the same thing. Like, you having a whole different conversation. And like I said, it was obvious because I agree with you, like going to that reunion, the way he ran out, right? You sitting on the phone with Quad, you know what I mean? Like having your girlfriend talk like, girl, I'm finna leave his ass, doing all of that. For real. Ain't been much thought about doing shit. You know what I'm saying? But you just talking shit while you on the phone.
So they said,
that's what, in my opinion, that's what got her really so angry with Dr. Heavenly, is because, like, this is exposing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because now you, like, what she was doing, which was wrong on Dr. Heavenly's part, though, like, because especially for YouTube, like, that's your friend, like, and so whatever it is she has, I agree with Simone. Whatever she's saying to you, you keep it to yourself. You don't go on YouTube and go blast it out to the world. But like I said, but she did, and so it exposed the conversations that Contessa was having with Heavenly. And she didn't want her husband to know that because that's not the conversation she was having with her husband.
So, so that's what the back and forth was there.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go back to who am I on? I think it was Sweet Tea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So her Dr. G said they had a 2-year window, and then Dr. Simone goes on and explains, he's an older man. And he don't want to go to a graduation from high school or kindergarten at 80.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Because I know I'm 52 years old. And I know I don't like to be around a bunch of little kids. So I couldn't imagine me being a mother or a parent of an infant.
Girl, I can't imagine being a man who can't have a baby thinking that you are able to put a time frame on when it is you gonna have a baby. I can't imagine.
No, but I could imagine myself being with nobody that much older than me. Period.
Mm-hmm,
that just wouldn't be me. So,
but that's what I think. I found it just. I guess I understand what he meant, but I think now with women's rights and certain things and just women's bodies in general, you know what I mean? Even for the fact of what Sweet Tea is gonna have to endure in order to even try to get pregnant. You gonna sit back and you just gonna have a baby when the fuck she able to have a baby. That's how that go, because the grand scheme of things, you don't get to decide when you having a baby because you can't have one at all. You can't go through IVF and nothing else. So you'll be a dad when she able to get pregnant, and whatever age that is the age that it is.
they're gonna be like Sarah and Abraham.
And the man and the boy on Summer House just was having a conversation, rude as hell too. Talking about, I never thought that at this age, I thought that at this age I would be a dad by now. And I'm thinking, how? When you don't have kids? I don't know. How did you think that was gonna happen? Men, I don't y'all need to get a grip. Shit, get a fucking grip. You'll have a baby when she have one. And if you think you're going for it, then I guess you should have told her that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But even the 2-year thing, and Sweet Tea does make a lot of excuses for Greg, because that's what she said. Well, he meant 2 years before he wanted to try some other avenues. And it was no, he didn't. He meant 2 years. And again, because somehow you think you are the author over, you know what I'm saying, when this take place, boy, bye. Sit your short ass down. Go get in that mini coupe.
Girl. Then, so, so basically, Sweet Tea was saying, the advantages that the younger women get when they date an older or marry or partner up with an older man.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then Quad says, I think all men should do, whatever it takes to take care of their woman, and to treat her right, respect her, and all that kind of stuff.
Nothing to do with dating nobody in the age gap. I didn't understand that conversation at all.
She wants somebody that they ain't struggling. Because if she dated somebody 33 like her, the man is 50-something is more. Look, she was able to move into the man's house. The 33-year-old man may not have a house yet. If she dated somebody her own level, doing the same things that she's doing, she's going to have to work with him.
That's what she meant? Because that passed right over my head, because any man that I meet, I expect him to have those qualities. The qualities that she gave were qualities that you should look for in your man, period. I didn't see.
Girl, she wanted a sugar daddy.
It was specific to an age gap relationship.
She said she wanted them more accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're.
Well,
she didn't have to be there when Dr. G was struggling back in his 20s and 30s, trying to make his, practice successful.
I mean, listen, I think about a whole lot of other stuff that's going on with a guy that's older. Talk about they more accomplished. I mean, I don't know.
Girl, health
We just
problems and
gonna leave
everything
it
else.
alone if his thing even working or not. Like,
Girl, they got fine girl. See, or
hmm,
Cialis. I don't know. She wanted her sugar daddy. That's what she got.
that's what she got there,
She
and
got access
at
to
the
the
same
money.
time, it's unfortunate, but she's also going to have somebody who is going to have some type of
She's gonna be a
open
hospice
hand
wife.
over her.
But then she's in, the situation where he's going 23 years gonna look different in about the next 15. When she's about almost 50 years old or whatever.
Well, like Karen and Ray.
Yes. But I don't think Ray that much older than Karen. I swear to God, I don't.
I think Ray is like 80.
Is he?
Mm,
She got to be damn near 70. She is not what she say she
she's
is.
60 something. I think she is.
I don't think so. I think she every bit of late 60s.
Well, her shit, we should be able to look her up. My information should be.
Yeah, because she look every bit. She looks, maybe because she drinks a lot. Maybe that's it. But she don't look 61 to me. Not to me. Even from the first time I watched the show, but she would have been in her 50s. She just walk old. Everything about her is old to me. I mean, she look nice for whatever age she's supposed to be. But to me, she looks old. But so when Quad gives this long spiel about what a man's supposed to be able to do, and then Andy goes, "So are you talking about Dr. G?" And she goes, "Yes." And then she goes, "Sweet Tea, so you always worried about him?" And Quad tells her, "I let you have my scraps." And then she said something else. And then she said, "Yeah, for you to crawl into the man's DM and tell him, I got what you want," with a baby emoji, and you still haven't been able to fulfill that. She tells her, "Girl, please, you just didn't get what you wanted to get out of the divorce." Calls her a drunk with 2 DUIs, with 2 failed businesses, and they go back and forth. What you think?
Shoot. What did I think? I thought Quiet. I mean, listen, she pulled out the heavy artillery. Like I mean, that don't sting. It feel like low hanging fruit, but I mean, that's all you got to do really to get to Sweet Tea is just attack that part. However, I think Quad would do good to just not say anything about their relationship, at all. But I don't know. Maybe she got to because we on the show. But I think she just probably shouldn't have commented on their relationship at all.
And Simone says Quad was gloating about her. They talk about the trip. They talk about Quad being drunk, but she was, girl. She was drunk real bad. I enjoyed it. But she said, Quad was gloating about King. And Sweet Tea said that was agitating or, getting on, trying to get on Dr. G's nerves or whatever by her gloating and then turn around and tell them they need to have more sex. I said, but she was saying she had sex 15 times a week. Sweet Tea said, like everybody else said, you lying or whatever. So then when Quad makes the comeback, said, y'all need to have more sex because I think they said 2 times a week, but she's trying to get pregnant. Anyways, so then we have Dr. Mimi come out. I hope I ain't missed somebody. She came out and did an assessment on all the ladies, which was perfect. I like what she said to Toya, is what I always said. Toya always to me is screaming, look, she wants everybody to know she got it, but we can already see you got it. You know,
right.
You already, we can see that you have accomplished more than the average person. So you don't have to scream it. We can see it, girl.
I agree.
But that goes back to that thing where she had to wear them what's the damn shoes called? Pro wings. And she got cracked on in school. So she didn't have, she couldn't wear Jordans, so she had to wear the pro wings.
I don't know, but I mean, if that worked for people, I don't like. You can't be 40-something telling me that you are living a life and doing stuff because of something that happened to you when you was in third grade. I'm gonna tell you.
She went in third grade. She was, I think, in middle school, high school.
I mean, I'm being facetious when I say third grade, but that's still long enough. That's long enough.
Evidently, they must
go get you some fucking counseling.
So
put that money to good use.
Exactly. But I don't know. You remember that season when Toya dad was there?
Mm-hmm. No, I remember her saying it. I don't think I remember whatever this, like why that came up, like why she said that. I don't remember.
She brought it up.
I remember hearing her say that.
Yeah, because she didn't have like what the other kids have. And to me,
it didn't change my mind. I would tell my own kids that if my children got to be in their 40s, damn near 50, and you are telling me that, like that maybe you make some type of irresponsible choice and it has something to do with when you was in high school, I'm going to tell you to grow up.
Yes. But honey,
hello.
So I think that's it with the women, basically. They didn't do Dr. Jackie's package yet, did they?
No, I don't know. Did they?
Yeah, they talked about women.
They did Dr. Jackie. They did because they talked about her going to the
White House.
So
Dr. Jackie was.
I mean, it's just regular. We don't really need to go over it. She went to the White House and met Vice President Kamala Harris.
So we get to
find out what the hell Curtis is in Dominican Republic doing. Let's just hope he's going there and coming back by himself. That's it.
He's building houses.
Oh, okay.
And when they go to Africa, he hold Dr. Heavily on the hip.
Right.
But anyways, we get to the men. So the men, they're all there. They're gathered. The men are upstairs. And then we have Dr. G roll up. He gets out the SUV.
Girl, why they do him with that pan in and like his goofy little way he got up out that car? I was
girl.
You and your wife, honey, is like Dumb and Dumber.
Girl. So he's wondering where Letitia's at. It's like she's on stage. So he's in this little room by himself. And they say the reason why he's in that room is because of production. He asked production he needed 2 security guards is what he needed. So they like, I'm going to do you one better. We're going to put you down here and let King and the boys be up there. So, the men are kind of discussing things. And so when they get out there, they talk about Sky. He had a fall.
Right. Contessa do something at his ass, but okay.
Oh, she beat him up. So he put the Band-Aid on there, put some makeup on there, but he had a fight with the wall and the floor. And then
Contessa, allegedly.
Yes.
I'm saying Contessa. That's who the wall and the floor is, Contessa. Okay.
So they have oh girl, I forgot all this other junk. Well, y'all know about it. When they did with Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavily, I forgot. And the back and forth between them. They brought up the fact that Dr. Heavily has said that Dr. G wasn't respected in the medical community. And she let them know I said that because she said that about me. Then they brought up the fact that Dr. Heavily said that T couldn't have, her mother could have a baby. Her dead mama could have a baby before she would. She could. I seen that live. That was a good live that day. Because it was Heavenly, Toya, Phaedra, Sweet Tea, and Alicia on Instagram. They was actually reviewing the show. They called Dr. Heavenly on because when it's kind of boring. So Dr. Heavenly gets on there, girl. She just got out the tub. She got on a shower cap and a robe. The whole time Sweet Tea was coming for her. So she said something. Sweet Tea had said something about Dr. Heavenly Mama being in hell. So then that's when Sweet Tea said, Dr. Heavenly said, my mom in hell has a better chance of having a baby than you. So she was just letting them know that was a clapback. He said, well, that question was for Dr. Jackie, basically what you said. How could you hang out or not correct your friend or whatever? And Dr. Jackie said, I didn't want to get any on me. Okay, that's the end of the women's segment there. Now we go to the men. Dr. G gets out the daggone truck, pigeon toe, looking crazy. He's down in the dungeon. The men are upstairs. So the men come out. They're talking. Dr. Scott had fell. Dr. G and Dr. Daddy is into it. Dr. Daddy is upset because he stopped taking his patients. Point blank, period. Dr. G was like, nah, that ain't why I did that. Your patients are drug addicts and they're too much to work with.
He's lazy. That's what I heard.
Then later on, Dr. Heavenly dropped them receipts.
He about to use every little VA benefit he can use because he is lazy. Sweet Tea thought she came went and got somebody who more accomplished. That man don't even want to work. Shut up.
No, he don't.
Got you working full time and on the reality TV show,
girl. And I bet you know what she made because Dr. Heavenly said he didn't know what Quan made.
I bet.
So, meanwhile, Dr. G and Dr. Damon, or Dr. Daddy, aka Daddy, they're on there going back and forth. The women in the back are wilding out. They're responding to what they're seeing. And then they kind of go back and forth with Sweet Tea. And then Curtis, he speaks up for Quad. And he was saying Quad had his watch and see basically him and his fiance did they get married on her show. And then Simone says, but she's back there. But Quad didn't have to see it in real time. She might have seen it on TV, but she ain't watch it then. So then we got Dr. Eugene and Cecil. They all talking because Cecil says basically, what your wife, Dr. Heavenly, has said about Dr. G could, basically hurt his business. And, Damon still wasn't letting up. He said, okay, but you talk to all of y'all, he can come to me. He could have came up to me because I'm a man and I'm going to say it to your face. You was a coward. And so then Dr. Eugene said, but yeah, she said the P word to him about him. Still, that was wrong. You could have came to me. So in the back, I don't know what the hell had. Okay, so they're going back and forth, and they're talking about Sweet Tea and Dr. G being there. And Quad said, well, it was fucked up that y'all even brought them on the damn show. And then Dr. Simone was like, it was fucked up. We only hanging with the people who's fucking with us. And they were fucking with us, and this is your karma. You didn't come around us, so this is what we did to you, basically. What Quad called her, you dirty bitch, and this, that, the other. I mean, they was going back. Girl, did you see Quad's face? The girl was a lot of anger in that. I said, they weren't playing back there. Then she said, but I even came around and helped you look for your daddy. And she goes, only because the camera was around. What do you think about all that commotion back there?
I mean, again, it's the same shit. It's just a different season. Like every year, Quad and Simone are into it. about that. And I feel like the girls, I don't know why they just wasn't honest with Quad. That's exactly what they did. That's why Quad called her a dirty bitch, because like she basically admitted that they plotted against her. Like after all of this time trying to act like it was just something that, happened to happen. So I don't know, I thought I don't know. I thought Dr. G, like even after what like his behavior throughout the season after him and King got into it, and the way he kind of, maybe he knows something we don't know, because it's either he had a sense of confidence about the air he had, like even with like trying to figure out where all the guys is at. Like I was trying to understand, like if you are the one who needs security and things, like why wouldn't you think they would separate you? You know what I mean? Like, so I wonder what type of confidence he have, like he can just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So even like say with the Dr. Damon, he was challenging Dr. Damon for a while.
And he laughed at him.
Yeah, and then just all of a sudden, just was like, "Well, okay, I heard what you had to say," and it was like,
You
"Wait a
got it.
minute, you just was arguing with him all of this time. Like, since when did you come? Like, in the last 30 seconds, you came to this realization? Like, I don't know. It's just strange. He's strange to me." And that's the problem. That's why they got to start breaking the fourth wall, because what is it that we missing when we get these little, like I don't know, eyeball clips? Like what are we missing?
Yeah. But Dr. Heavily did say between Simone and Quad, what y'all seen on TV, it was 10 times worse in his back.
Oh, I bet. Well, we gotta get ready to get off here because I am tired, child.
Girl, I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. Well, that's it. That's all. They'll be back on Sunday at 9 o'clock. And hopefully I have my voice back. Girl, I'm tired of this shit.
I hope so too, honey.
Girl, this is ridiculous. So please drop down in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe to my girl. I am Brandi Jenae. And this is Word on the Curb. Look, I'm going out. And y'all have yourself a good evening. And we'll come back with the rest of the best. On what day we doing this next week? Monday.
I don't know, child. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Girl, yeah, shit. We might have another damn tornado.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, share, subscribe. And thank you for your time. Y'all have a great evening. Good night.
Good night.